All right, guys. CT is back. Look what's going on. Look what's happening right here. Huh? CT got old Dip halted up. Whoa. So when I get one halted up, I can control their head a little bit more now. I can control their head when I go to rub on them. I got control. I can kind of move their head where I want to move it to. Now I can get to the side of him a little bit more than he was letting me. You see right now, because I got control of his head. So now we can really make progress now that I got control of Dip's head. Took me a minute. I used the buggy whip to go across the back of his ears, to wrap it around his nose. So I used the buggy whip and I prepared Dip for me putting the halter on him. So I got him kind of used to that buggy whip for a minute. And then I just wrapped the buggy whip all around the back of his head, pulled him around with it, wrapped it around his nose. And after that, I was able to put the halter on him. So this is a good place for me to quit today. So you see, I'm able to walk up to Dip now. He's still a little nervous about it, but that's okay. That's okay. I'll fix it where I can walk beside him and teach him to stand. I had to slap the shit out of Dip a couple of times when I was preparing him to put the halter on him, because he wanted to try to bite and nip. And I don't play that, man. I nips that in the bud right off the bat. Ain't none of that biting and shit gonna go on over here. None of that. So now that I got a halter on Dip, and like I said, I can control his head a little bit more, I'll be able to do more with Dip. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna tie Dip to that inner tube over there, and I'm gonna let him learn to give and take off the pressure. Now, a lot of times I don't tie a fresh horse up to that. I'll tie him up to that pole on the outside over there where that barrel is. I tie him up to that. So that way, if he rear up, he ain't got nothing to get his legs and feet caught into. But I've kind of pulled Dip around with this halter a little bit, and he's kind of tired. So right now, I don't think he will be trying to jump and rear up into the halter. And then I just did a few exercises, just letting him give and take to the halter. I'll show you just a minute. I'm just gonna pull him over this way. So see, I'm teaching him to give. He don't have to take a whole bunch of steps, but I'm just teaching him to give. Just pull him over that way. When he take a step, the pressure come off. And before you know it, I'll be able to point Dip to where I want him to go. So we're making progress. We're making progress. I take this old lead rope and I'll sling it back at Dip. Woo. Woo, son. I want my horse to learn to woo. Sling it around his head and all that old crap. Before you know it, he'll just stand still. But we're getting there. A lot of times, man, used to, all in a day's work, man. Back in the day, man, you see he's coming on up. So I'll start teaching him to stay out of my space. He's getting too close up into my space, and I'll start teaching him boundaries. But right now, I'm just letting him step up in here. But I'll start teaching him boundaries. But used to, guys, man, before the day was up, Dip would have a saddle on his back. But I just got to the point where I just said there's no need to try to do it all in one day, you know. So, but I'll prepare him well for it. I used to break horses. Now I do more training than breaking. And there is a difference, and Those of you that don't know, then you don't know. But there is a difference in breaking one and training one. All right, guys, I'm gonna turn this camera off and I'm gonna tie Dip up and just let him think about everything today. I'm out.